We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated 222,000 battle rap for the
Oh
culture.
wow, it shows me that you're recording too.
Check out We the Fans Global on
my phone.
Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battle should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
Yeah, salute to Lex. What's going on, Lex?
What up, Frank?
Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this. You know, I'm a huge fan of your platform.
Hell yeah, bro. You know I'm a huge fan of you as a person.
Man, likewise. And I got to start this off by saying thank you for your contribution to the culture.
Hell yeah, bro.
You're not as loudmouth about your contributions as I am. So I just want to take that time to give you your flowers.
Thank you, bro.
Let's get right into it. You are the league owner of iBattle. What made you decide to take on that position?
Moral obligations.
As a creative, or where did that moral obligation come from?
Well, first I was running Beast Mode in Canada,
Okay.
where we were developing guys like Pepe, Joey Gambello, and Franchise.
Amazing.
And that was a fucking great time. I loved it. Then we had transitioned to throwing Beast Mode New York, where I'm from, and that's when we got Dunch, Eddie I, and guys like that. And then when iBattle went defunct, me being a battler from there was kind of, I don't know, there was just this big void, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, it kind of feels like selling, it's like when you sell your childhood home. You know, it's like it's not there anymore. You can't go there. You can't just go there on a bad day and have dinner. You know what I mean? Like it not
means
there
a lot.
Anymore.
It means something.
You know, and then what do you do when you get older? You buy the fucking house, you know?
Absolutely. And you did that. And you created an incredible house. And you've provided countless opportunities. How do you decide who gets to premiere there? Because it's like the quality and the level of competition, you really got to be an incredible battler to battle over there. How do you decide who comes over there?
I mean, not to give all the sauce away, but I really like the structure that we have going right now. And the overall setup of the process is super easy. Like starting at the spaces is where I'd like to start that. Like the spaces is definitely a heavy place where we like to start finding that talent. And that goes all the way back to when I first started battling, 2010, 2011. A lot of the upcoming battlers were from this website called Tiny Chat.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And it was exactly what we have on Twitter, Frank, but it was a video chat, right? So there'd be like 30 people in there and they would just be battling. And when people popped up and they were good, they would get tryout battles in their region for grind time.
Wow.
You know, and it's very similar to what the spaces is, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So honestly, like, a lot of what we do at the ground level is an ancient grind time ritual, you know? And that is listen to fucking people, what they have to say all over the country. Some of them might be whack. Some of them might be incredible. But I'll tell you what, you can definitely find good writers there at a surface level, you know? Some of them might not be able to perform, but at minimum, when they debut, you know they're going to have bars.
100%. How did you curate that environment? Because it seems to me like that's the one place where you go to test your pen. No matter what your tier is outside of iBattle, when you get there, everyone's listening to what you have to say.
Well,
how do you curate that environment to where it's just like bring your best?
Well, at first it was inspired by EFM, right? Okay. Like it was. I never really seen anything like Bum Nitty's shit, right? And Lawyer and what they had going on with Oppa and Dice and Eunice. That was very reminiscent of Tiny Chat, you know? And if you know me, you know I was in there from the early days listening to them. And it's because I already knew what it was. I had seen this already in a different time. You know what
So
I
you
mean?
knew exactly what you were dealing with.
History repeats itself.
Oh,
You know,
it definitely does.
I've been in the game now. It's going on 16 years, so I haven't seen shit. You
That's
know what I mean?
incredible. That's
And when
incredible.
they started doing that, I was like, oh, here it is. It's back. You know, like
Yeah.
for a while there was Instagram Battle League, which is where
Mhm.
from Nox is from, and Phoebo, and actually that's where Eunice is from.
I think Eunice
Before the
started there.
space,
Yep. Eunice started
you
there as
know,
well. Yep.
Eunice, Zeta Dropout, Chunk. There's a lot of guys. Whispers, shout out to Whispers in the
Shout out
UK.
Whispers. Shout out Whispers.
And then there's the Facebook battle groups that they were
Mhm.
doing, where you could find a lot of other people like fucking Mac the Captain was from
Rest
there.
in peace, Mac the Captain. Absolutely.
You know, a lot of battlers came from Facebook. So there's always been eras of online battling, and if you're in tune, at minimum, you're gonna find great writers.
1,000%.
You know,
How did you decide the structure of it in terms of the headband and things like that? You gave people something to aspire to that was more about earning something rather than about money. It was more so about, you know, artistic merit. How did you determine, okay, let's do the headband and have that kind of structure?
well, accolades has always been one of the most important parts of battle rap. Even
Absolutely.
from the early days, you win tournaments and you'd get a signed to a label. Or Thesaurus and Ilmac, for instance, they'd win tournaments. You got the rings, you know.
Yeah.
Iron Solomon. All these guys had accolades, and that's
Mhm.
what made them who they are. That's what built their legacy. That's what made them renowned. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that's something that we were missing. We were missing being able to give people accolades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm still looking for new ways to do that. You know,
That's fire.
I'm still looking for new ways to incentivize and inspire and motivate and
Mhm.
make people more competitive and just kind of just add some spice to the season. You know?
Speaking of competitive, Oppa, who I think is one of the best talents to ever emerge out of the spaces, he's made his way over to URL. And real sick as well. There's been a few talents that made their way over there. What to me it feels like iBattle really conditions you for the world.
Yeah.
How does it feel as a league owner seeing them go over to platforms like that?
Like I said, history repeats itself. You know?
Yep. Yep.
City Towers, iBattle. His first
Yep.
iBattle battle is T-Top's debut.
Crazy.
I have been on URL. I battled fucking
Facts.
Ines on URL.
Facts.
Kid Slade from iBattle, URL.
Kid Slade, an incredible talent. Incredible talent.
Bangs, URL.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
real sick. I mean, it's we could do the same thing with King of the Dot.
That's a fact.
You know,
that's
and
a super fact.
And we could do the same thing with RBE. You could do the whole class that they had coming up. Cash Kid, fucking Death the Kid, K Venom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
K Venom and Cash Kid. Oh my God. Yep.
We've been doing this for 12 years, and like honestly, it don't even hurt us. We have such a big roster that like, man, I'm looking forward to people moving up because I got people coming in the door.
You absolutely do. You absolutely do. You know, there's a young man over there named Glowman, who's my personal favorite talent. It's a few people over there. I love Glowman. I love Archduke Redcat. I love Homeschool. Homeschool, for example. That's one of the most incredible writers I've ever seen. How did that relationship develop?
I have this ritual back in the day. I used to wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning and I would just watch battle rap for real. And I would watch battle rap like all day, you know, when I first started setting up battles, because I would look for talent, you know, and Homeschool's one of the guys I found doing that. You know, I clicked on a battle. It was all red. It was in a red room. He had his long hair. He looked like Jesse Eisenberg. He was a whole lot younger, you know, and he wasn't all the way there yet, but like the potential was there. Like you can tell his ideas were not only original, but they were also alternative. You know what I mean? Like he was original, but he was also approaching the battle in ways that people aren't approaching battles.
I agree.
You know, he was an angler and a very left field one, and unorthodox at that.
Very unorthodox.
Homeschool was sick, dog. Like his whole come up was so interesting because it was at a time where like the old guard was leaving iBattle. You know, like everyone was getting older, and he battled one of the top guys in the league, Dago Diavolo. Shout out to him, who really hasn't battled since that era. It's kind of like he passed the torch to homeschool, and homeschool ran with it since.
Salute the homeschool, man. Another talent you got over there that's one of my favorites is Premee.
Yeah.
Talking about how that relationship developed.
That's a real interesting one too. He came in through just the regular tryout process.
Oh wow.
And you know, I like to use Los as an example of just consistency and hard work and like the will to improve, because there were times where Los Premee would stare at the floor in his battles and he would choke, or he would just have bars that didn't land, and we would give him feedback, and you could tell it pissed him off a little bit because he wanted to win.
Yeah, he's competitive.
But he took everyone's feedback for real, you know, and went home and little by little just figured it out, you know?
Yeah.
Figured it out. And the way he finally blew up was against this guy who not blew up, but his breakout performance was against this guy Lavelle, who had just battled Chef Trez on
Lavelle the artist. Yeah.
Lavelle the artist.
Incredible.
Just battled Chef Trez. Was super hot on iBattle at the moment, right? And I had to convince him to battle Los, you know?
That's crazy.
I'm like, yo, this kid is coming up. Like, he's slowly gaining momentum and experience and insight, and he's really honed his shit, you know? And I'm like, Lavelle, I think if you battle him and you give him the battle he needs, you guys are going to have a classic. And Lavelle just did not show up the way he was supposed to. And Los had one of his best performances ever. And immediately the crowd from there on,
they were just
on
loving
his side for everything.
You know, another guy over there who I think is really a couple battles away from really being the next breakout superstar.
Who's
the
that?
Face of iBattle, Febo.
Yeah, absolutely.
His influence on idiom punching and just how he puts his material together. I think at least once every 3 major battles, I'll hear a Febo inspired bar. How did that relationship come about?
Well, he's from Instagram Battle League with all the boys, right? With Archie and Knox. And after COVID, a lot of that class transitioned to live battling. And most of them on iBattle. I believe some people debuted on OSBL too. I forget which battlers to be precise, but for the most part, they were like in the New York area. Yeah. And Whispers was in the UK. We just be flying him out for the fuck of it. He's just one of us. We just be flying him out.
He's incredible too, though. Whispers is incredible too. Yeah.
But he's one of the boys, man. Like, you have to think about how crazy it is that all these guys got to debut with their friends like Knox and Febo and Chunks and Z and Archie. Like, they all know each other. Yeah. And then Whispers is just in the UK by himself. He don't know nobody.
But he adapted. His style works over here too. You know what I mean? Like, Whispers is one of them.
It must be cool to be like the syndicate guy in the UK.
That is crazy. That has to be crazy.
Yeah.
But salute to your talent pool is just incredible. They're all unique and they're all incredibly talented. That's the thing that I love most about iBattle. I want to shift over from the creative side to the business side. You guys have an app, and I think anybody watching this should definitely get the iBattle app. It's incredible. What made you? We'll start with what made you decide the price point, because it's very different from some other leagues.
Right. Like we have a different business model. Like well, really, there's only URL that has an app other than that. But I would say the difference between the apps is we have more of a live service for pay-per-views, and theirs is their catalog, right?
Correct.
So that's the price point difference, right? Ours is a live experience, $25 a month. You get 2-3 pay-per-views a month.
And you also get other content as well. There's like podcasts and stuff on there. There's a lot on there. Now, I think it's a really great app.
We have our Bars of the Month compilations on there.
That's right.
And we also now have full event compilations coming, which is like just the best bars of events that we've done throughout history. So people can actually kind of catch up on what we've done and see people's elevation that way. And we'll also probably do the same thing for battlers, you know, so you can watch their development.
Speaking of URL, a lot of people, talk about URL being the NBA of battle rap, and you've been around for a while, so you've seen the development of different leagues. I'm comfortable saying that iBattle is a major league now. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I feel like we've been a major league for 12 years. I just don't have the energy to fight it.
Yeah.
Like the narrative could be the narrative. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I mean, your output is incredible. So like it's a battle event every month at iBattle. And it's high quality and it's highly competitive. And I mean, to me, y'all operate like a major league.
Not only do we do that, we drop fucking 3-4 battles a month. 3-4 battles a week on YouTube. We're dropping clips all day on everything. Our followers are shooting up on everything. Everything's kind of going awesome.
I really respect what you've built over there. I want to ask you, as a league owner and looking at the landscape of battle rap now, what are some things that you would want to see change?
I think that the negativity and the drama, but I'm getting old though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I might have a different perspective as others, but like, I don't got the time or the bandwidth for any of that.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? Like anytime someone's in some shit, it's like, I don't know. And it's just, I never hear talk of like battles. I have to go find them still.
Right.
You know what I mean? I still got to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and watch battles with 400 or 500 views because nobody's talking about them.
Right. Right.
You know?
And was it always like that, or did you see this the slow descent into that kind of?
Nah, it's really never. No, battle rap is still significantly small, so they're still just look at like what you're doing right now. You know, like being like, I'm gonna have a positive media outlet. Like that's no. You know what I mean? The point is drama for clicks, or else it's a waste of time, and I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, I want people to be talking about what's going on in battle rap for real, so I could follow it for real.
1,000%.
You know, I want to know who the best in Alabama is without having to ask the people in Alabama.
100%.
You know,
100%.
or go to every single league in that state and watch the shit myself. I would if there was like a regional person there that spoke about what's going on in the region.
Then we could be informed.
You know, fill us in on the accolades and what's going on. What's the current fucking ecosystem of Alabama battle rap? I'd love to know.
1,000%. That's a great point. But that leads to my next question: is how do you find these hidden gems? Like you and I spoke about a week or so ago about Plug, right?
Yeah.
Plug had his debut.
Speaking of Alabama, right?
Boom. He had his debut over there. And I remember his performance, he choked and stuff. But from what I did see, his charisma and his potential was through the roof. And I remember thinking, how does Lexx continuously find these talents?
I think we were texting during that battle, weren't we?
Yes,
I think we were like, no.
Yes, I was heartbroken because I'm like, the potential is crazy for this guy.
No.
But he's got another one coming up, so we're going to, you know what I'm saying, spin a block and give him another chance.
He carried 3 full rounds of
just with charisma,
no material.
Exactly.
Off personality and charisma alone. It was so weird. I never. It was
strange.
Like that.
It was strange. But how did you find Plug? Like, how do you do that? How do you find these talents? Glowman, Plug. The list goes on and on of these unorthodox yet incredibly unique, incredibly talented people.
Well, our first event of the year we did in Atlanta, and there was a snowstorm.
Okay.
So people started canceling, and Plug hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll drive to Atlanta in the snow and battle on 4 days' notice. I don't give a shit."
Amazing.
You know? And I said, "Okay." I let him do it, and he fucking won the battle. He won the battle. You know, he won the battle. Was good. So the follow-up battle was Goda, right? Because we know how good he is now.
Right.
So let's showcase him on this basically battle rap festival weekend.
Huge card.
You know,
huge.
And it's not just us. OSBL had a huge card that weekend.
That's a fact. It was a battle rap out weekend.
So the eyes were all over battle rap.
That's a fact.
You know. Yeah. And Plug did not deliver.
Nah, I was heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie, because you root for these guys, especially
Yeah.
these new guys. You root for them on a different level. You know, it's like discovering an underground band you didn't know about, and you're hoping that they are the most successful band ever. You know,
Mhm.
but
Well, this is
it's
hip hop, right? So like
yeah,
even at root, that's what we do. We dig through the crates. We look for new
yeah,
sounds. We look for
yeah,
new artists. We look for
yeah,
new people that have different messages.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's what we do at the root. So
Yep. And
it's really not
that's
that
the
deep.
best part of iBattle is it feels like the purity of it all, you know? I've
Mhm.
watched guys who will ask for huge purses at other leagues, but when they get the chance to battle at iBattle, it's not even about the money. It's about the purity and the ability to display what their talent level is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you curated that. How do you deal with the audience? Because I know there's always a whole bunch of stuff, like especially recently, I've noticed more and more people have events and there's a whole bunch of hold it down. The battles we don't really see that at iBattle. When people are rapping, everyone's paying attention. How do you curate that audience?
I'm the bad guy. Say goodnight to the bad guy. That's it.
Second
Hey,
after a
hey,
bad
my
guy.
name's Lex. I'd like to let you know, please never come here again. And that's the door. You know what I mean? Like
Oh my god.
we don't have time for that. Like there's a reason. There's a reason people feel the way they feel about me sometimes in battle rap, and
Yeah.
I take that in stride,
Yeah.
because sometimes somebody has to be that guy,
A
you
thousand
know.
percent. A thousand
And
percent.
if you're gonna come here and you're gonna talk through the battles and you come here for a social thing, you
Yeah.
guys can meet at Red Lobster or fucking
Go
Fridays and
somewhere
do that
else.
before the event.
Yeah.
You know,
And so you just kick people out when it gets
fuck
too
all that,
crazy.
bro. Fuck all that. What we like to do is sometimes we'll open the doors a little bit early so people can
Hmm.
show up, socialize, kick it,
Hmm.
see their friends that they haven't seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
once it's battle time, if you're not there for the battles,
Hmm.
obviously it's time to go.
That's crazy.
You know?
That's great though. Boundaries is everything.
Hey, go to Broadway and talk during The Lion King,
And see
and
what
let's see how
happens.
they treat you. You
Facts,
know?
facts,
You
facts.
know?
You've got another talent I want to talk about for a second. I think he's highly underappreciated. Nakim the Prophet.
Yeah.
There are a few people that
The
I've seen
champion.
as creative, the champion, the
Yeah.
current champion who's soon to be tested, but his creativity is just relentless and it's incredible. How
Mhm.
did that relationship develop?
His story's parallel to Low Supreme.
Mhm.
That's why they're Ryu and Ken.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
fact.
like they parallel. They showed up the same time. They fucking walked the same fucking path, and they
Mhm.
battled in the same talent pool, man. Like them guys, bro. Them guys have battles that some people will never see. Maybe some if you're subscribed to the iBattle app, but
Let's go.
they really were in the trenches, battling nonstop every 2-3 weeks, figuring it out in the dungeon.
Wow. Wow.
And then when it was time for people to see them, they saw them.
Wow. Now, well, they saw them all right. I want to ask you a couple
You know what? You know
predictions.
what else, Frank? You know
Hmm.
what else? I
Tell
want
me.
to give those two guys credit because I don't know if I ever said this, but like they never questioned me ever. Like they
Really?
never were on some, yeah, never. They would have battles that didn't come out,
Hmm.
and I told them to just trust the process, man.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
like when it's time for people to see you, they're gonna see you.
You're gonna
You
make
know,
sure of it. Yeah.
and I learned that from wrestling, from dark matches.
Okay.
Before the event starts, you have the matches that nobody sees.
Hmm.
Crowd gets used to them. They get to
Hmm.
practice in front of the big live crowd. But when
Hmm.
it's time, it's time. And
Understood.
those two caught lightning in a bottle,
1,000%.
you know? And
A
they've ran
thousand
with it
percent.
ever since. Nakim's battled people like fucking Ty Law, and people don't even know, you know?
That's crazy that him and Ty Law have battled. That is insane. I've never even
That's what I'm
seen that
saying,
battle.
because it was after he got popular,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
But these are
Okay.
the people he's sparring with before people are in tune.
That makes sense. That
And
makes
he's been
sense.
sparring with people like Jack Casserole, who's another person that people might not know, but he's
I
been
have no
battling in
clue who
iBattle
that
for 10
is.
years.
That's incredible. I'm gonna have to tune in because every time you mention somebody, I immediately go research. So I'm
Bro,
gonna have to tap
Jack
in.
Casserole is in the first ever iBattle title match versus Louis Valentine because they were both undefeated in the iBattle arena. I think one was 10-0 and one was 8-0.
Wow.
Right? So that's the
Wow.
first title match. Immediately after losing the title match,
Hmm.
Jack Casserole battled Nakim.
That is crazy.
This is
I'm
what I
gonna.
mean about the old
That's
guard
crazy.
passing torches. That should be
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And you broke down the different classes and things like that. I want to ask you, I don't know if you're a prediction guy, but I'm going to ask you about two battles and you tell me your prediction.
Sure.
Nakim versus Oppa.
Um.
Keep it tall, Lex. Keep it tall.
All right, I will. I honestly think Nakim is gonna surprise everybody. And I don't say that to say that Oppa's gonna lose. I say
Mhm.
that just to say that a lot of people are probably gonna shut the fuck up when it comes to that battle. You know, I think a lot of people that are gonna tune in to see Oppa whoop on Nakim and get his title back might have a longer night than they expect.
Listen, when I seen Nakim beat Low Scream, put bullets in LP like Get Rich or Not Trying, I was like, Nakim is one of the greatest ever. This dude is ridiculous.
These guys aren't battling on 2-3 weeks notice, Frank. These guys are about 3-4 months.
That's what makes it great. That's what makes it great.
You know,
that's incredible. Okay, so the other one, and this means something to me because I've watched the first time I decided that I was a Low Supreme fanatic is when I watched him versus Homeschool. And I love Low Supreme's performance against Homeschool. That made me completely a fan of Low Supreme. And I've watched his journey, the ups, the downs ever since. Anything that says Low Supreme. I watched Low Supreme and Lil Lee, and I love Lil Lee. I'm a fan of his too.
Me too.
Your platform introduced me to him. I've watched every Low Supreme battle, Low Supreme and Chunks. Anything that says Low Supreme, I'm going to watch him in Mellow 1-5. You know what I'm saying? So any Low Supreme battle I could get my hands on, I'm watching it because I really think in my heart of hearts that he is the next best puncher in battle rap. Like in battle rap in its entirety. I have a lot of people, a lot of talent in battle rap that calls me to spar their rounds.
I think he kind of fucking already is.
I think, is that crazy to say?
No.
I can hear the influence when people call me to spar their rounds. I can hear the Low Supreme influence in everybody's material.
No. My job is to listen for things I've never heard before. And all that kid does is give us shit we've never heard before.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not crazy.
He's a conveyor belt of absolutely amazing shit. And there's nobody else you can say that about other than fucking Rum Nitty.
And that is where we land. Brother, who do you have between Low Supreme and Rum Nitty on January 31st? Let me tell you something. I need to see that battle.
Okay,
own. Go ahead.
There's only one prediction that I have for this battle.
Okay.
Okay? And this is what I have to say about it. I think that at minimum, what this battle is about to do is inspire a whole generation of people Low Supreme's age to be rappers.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I think that, because listen, I read the comments. I see his battles. I see the people that show up to the events to see him battle. We're talking 19 to 25.
A whole new generation. Yep.
Low Supreme has that demographic on lock.
Talk about it, Lex.
On lock.
Talk about it.
You know, I see it. It's in front of me.
Yep.
You know, who's got the analytics? Me. You know?
Talk heavy.
It's there. And that's what the fuck happens in battle rap, because there's a battle that Rum Nitty watched that made him the fucking person that he is. And it's the same thing with Los.
Yeah. So this is a passing of the torch.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh my God. I'm so